Like iCarly, man.
You're not iCarly, bro. Wait, it closed out my what you call it. It just says the word Zoom on my thing.
It shows you.
Oh, I'm in the wrong one. I'm sorry. I'm in the wrong one. There we go. Yo, it was good. You chat, man. It was good. Chat was good. I'm not. I told y'all. I said. Oh, I didn't say 10:30. I said 10. I'm sorry, y'all. What's good, man? What's good? What's good? Chat. What's good? What's good, man? We got Stephanie pulling up today, man. We got Stephanie Nadolny pulling up today, man. She's about to pull up in any minute right now. So I wanted to kind of go ahead and go live, bro. So, yeah, man, if you don't know who Stephanie is, she is the voice actor of Kid Goku, Daima Goku, and Teen Gohan. So we're just waiting for her to pull up, man. We just waiting for her to pull up right now, bro. But this is big, y'all. This is really, really big. I know how big this is, man. If you clickbait, I hope your socks get wet. What are we talking about? This is insane, bro. But we got my boy Flea Boy here, and we got my boy Blazing here, man. We're all ready for... That was fire, bro. You're not the capsule court for real, bro. That boy not the capsule court. Wait, can y'all talk real quick?
What's good, y'all?
That boy talking and that was fire. All right. But yeah, man, we just waiting for her to pull up. She gotta pull up, bro. Let her pull up, bro. This is sad that y'all don't have no hope in me, man. Very sad. Very sad. We gotta wait for her to pull up, though, bro. How did you get her to agree to say no hope? Just sad,
Recording
man.
in progress.
That boy got Jarvis talking, but what was that?
I got scared, man.
That boy get watched. But nah, man, we gonna wait for her to pull up. Happy birthday, man. Sensu, thanks so much, man. Thanks so much for the bit $2 donation, though, boy.
Happy birthday, man.
Oh
Party
yeah, it's a
Copper
birthday
Fire.
stream.
Calm,
To the Voice the Heroes joint that we got going on.
calm little birthday, man. Calm little birthday. I ain't gonna say
What
too
you
much.
do for your birthday, broski?
You see that black thing right here, Flea Boy? I bought me that fan. All right, that's what I did for my birthday. I know it might sound crazy, but I needed this. This was a necessity.
Happy birthday, UNC Rose.
I respect it.
Yo.
Man, what you got planned this weekend?
Nah. I just go to this restaurant in Atlanta, some shit, bro. Nothing too crazy. Yo, Kid Boo, thanks so much for the big $10 donation, though, boy.
Wait, I might have removed something. Oh, never mind.
Ayo, perfection sucks yeet.
I don't know how Zoom works.
That boy Zombie, but Zombie, thanks so much for the $8 donation, though, man. I really do appreciate that, Zombie, man. Thank y'all so much for the birthday wishes, man. She should be pulling up in about any minute now. You know, she's just gonna pop in here randomly. So, let me hit this okay thing real quick. But I'm excited, man. I'm actually excited, bro. I'm actually excited, bro. Happy birthday. I appreciate it, man. So she should be pulling up any minute, chat. Your platform, Rose, is more than enough to host your own interviews. You said what? Nah, I like doing it with Flea Boy, though, bro. He's the one that get the connections for real. She don't know you on... Alright, G. This is delusional, G. It's sad. I didn't realize Flea Boy got the little Dragon Ball hoodie on for real. That boy trying to come suit up for her, but...
Shout out to Knicks, even though we got blown out by like 30 yesterday.
Wait. I'm with Boma. I'm with Capsule Corp. Flea Boy's with Master Roshi. And Rose is with Majin Buu.
This is like insane me. This is insane. Happy birthday, Rose. I appreciate it, Slider, man. I really do appreciate it, man. But we just waiting for her to pull up, man. She should be pulling up any minute, bro. Trey, I know, man. Go back in the K. All right, bro. Chat, man. Listen, bro. If stuff starting to get weird, bro, y'all let me know if them like weird stuff start popping off, bro. But make sure y'all get y'all questions ready. We at the end of the interview, man. We gonna get our questions ready. I'm gonna let y'all ask questions and stuff. Blaze is still role playing, bro. Still not here. This is role play. Dang, I didn't know we was on your time, Unc. My fault. I didn't know we was on your time. She gotta show up when you want her to show up, man. She not on your time. God,
It's his interview, bro. It's his interview.
It's his interview. Like, dang, boy. Everybody spamming the tab. This is my time. Please ask her if she's voice acting and sparking. We got the questions though, bro. Make sure, hey, y'all chat. If y'all want any questions, bro, I need y'all to put questions in here so we can ask, man. Low key, man. I need y'all to just keep
They
putting
gotta
random.
be good, bro. Please.
Good question. Don't add nothing weird, bro. Don't be asking nothing weird,
bro. Please,
Chill,
man.
bro.
We trying to give a really good look.
Happy B-Day and
so she
congrats
can come
to
back
talking
on the
to Queen
podcast
Stepfire.
and come
Thank
back
you,
doing
Lucas.
interviews, things like that.
I appreciate that, Lucas, man. Thanks so much for the bit too, though, babe. How did you defeat King Pickle? That was kind of fire, man. How did you defeat King Piccolo? That was fire, bro. Yo, will Super Saiyan 4 ever be that boy thinks she the writer, but she just a voice actor. That boy think. Please ask her what made her come back to Dragon Ball voice acting. All right, bet, man. But right now, man, we just waiting for her to pull up, bro. I didn't want to just, start and everything. I want everything to be organic. I want everything to be real. We don't fake nothing over here, all right? So soon as she joins, y'all know what time it is, bro. I got plenty of questions, bet. Yo, my boy Senju, bro. What's good with you, Senju, bro? Legendary. My boy, you said legendary. Facts, man. Facts, bro. Don't be cringy, don't be excited. That boy can't be excited, though, but my fault, I can't be happy around you. Ask her to pitch gas money. All right, bro. That boy ride a scooter to work. You don't fly on your Nimbus? That boy don't got Nimbus at all. All right, man.
Heart.
Happy birthday, President Rose. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank y'all so much for the birthday wishes, man. 23 now, man. 23, man. I've been on this earth for 23 years, bro. So we're doing good, man. We're doing good. Y'all know we've been planning this interview for how long now? It's been like 2 months. We've been talking about this interview, so I'm super happy. We just waiting for her to pull up, though, bro. Oh, yeah, and I bought me this water bottle. Well, my mom bought me this water bottle. That boy wasn't gonna say nothing else though, boy. 23 years, facts, man. You not in the Fleaverse, bro. You don't know about the Fleaverse, bro. You not ready for the
shout out
Fleaverse.
anybody who do know about the Fleaverse. You know what I mean?
But yeah, man. Except want a cookie? That nigga can't get presents no more. Once you turn 23, no more gifts. Golly, boy. 23 on the 23rd. I know, man. Everybody been saying that though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, man.
This is actually fire. Oh, there go Bingus. Bingus, what's good with you, broski?
Oh, wait, where Bingus at? Where's he at in the chat?
Right there with the high fives. Shout out my guy Bingus who made this
Bingus,
possible.
Oh yeah,
also,
shout out to
don't forget to follow us on Voice of the Heroes podcast on YouTube. We just put up our Beerus interview. Carlo, I see you. What's good with Carlo?
There you go. I got you, Bingus. There you go, Bingus. I did the thing you wanted me to do, bro. But yeah, man. Fleabo, you said you did an interview with Beerus, right?
Yeah, Jason Douglas. He actually was in The Walking Dead as Tobin and also Satan in The Preacher on AMC. He was in a bunch of other joints. He's Gildarts in Fairy Tale. He's Beerus, of course. King Cold.
Oh, I didn't know he was King Cold.
I asked him in the interview, though, who would win, King Cold or Beerus? And who did he like voicing
what did he
more
say,
in
man?
Spark and Zero?
Yeah, what did he say?
What did he say?
I ain't going to say he takes Beerus over Goku.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Beerus is whooping Goku ass. That's what he told me. You got to see the interview, though, y'all. So, go check it out, man. Voice of the Heroes podcast. We got a lot of great interviews. This week, we got Ladies Week. So, we got a bunch of ladies coming through the podcast, a lot of lady voice actors. And today, Stephanie, man, the GOAT.
Yeah, man. This is a big one, bro. This is
the biggest one we had, period, on anything to do with Voice of the Heroes, man. So
I'm excited, bro.
I hope everybody's locked in.
Who is this? Who you mean, Primal? All right. We just waiting on Stephanie to pull up, man. That's all we're doing. Just waiting for her to pull up, bro. So, it shouldn't be too long, though, bro. It said 10:30, so we said 10:30.
It's 10:30, man. I'm not gonna lie. I feel her aura way ahead. It's coming. I can feel her flying.
You don't feel nothing, man. I'm not gonna lie. You do not feel anything.
He on Nimbus right now?
I don't know how you act on. You don't feel anything.
Bro. Chad, do y'all feel that?
Y'all feel.
Oh my God, man.
I'm gonna predict she gonna come in here like 10:34. I'm gonna say
be kind of cool.
10:34.
I'm gonna say 10:34, bro. I'm gonna say 10:34.
I think a little before that.
Think so?
I think a little before that, maybe.
But shout out to Bingus, though,
I'm
bro.
gonna say 10:32. 10:32.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Bingus in the chat, man. He's the one that made this happen, bro. He put all this together, man. So shout out to Bingus in the chat, bro. I feel it, bro. That boy feel her key. Yo, feel her key, bro. Yeah, man. I'm gonna say right now, Reggie. You're not like that. You're not Baba, bro. You're not like that, bro. Stop that, bro. But yeah, man. That's like an hour. What is Blueprint talking about? This is insane. But ask her if she bought us Mickey D. Bro, this is sad, bro. This is you can't buy yourself Mickey. This is crazy, bro. Actually,
right
He
now,
had a lot of
Blazing
conventions. Did any of y'all see her at any cons?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Did anybody meet her at like any cons, bro? Yo, Gold, thanks so much for the beat too, though,
When is
boy.
the next movie coming out?
That boy want her to break the contract, boy. What you? That nigga wants exclusive information, man. I don't know what the next, man. We gotta try and get stuff out, but let's see though, bro. I met her at Mickey. All right, bro. Have anybody met her before in the chat, bro? Has anybody met Stephanie in the chat, bro? Has anybody met her before, bro? Yes or no? Wait, can I move my thing? Oh shit, I can move it. There we go. I'm gonna be on the left side.
Oh, Grandmaster Swift met her at Comic-Con.
Bro, he's lying, bro. No, he didn't, bro. He's just lying. No, he didn't. Bro.
I thought we could pretend.
I hope she didn't get confused by all the links we sent her. We sent her like 2 different links. Let me.
Yeah. Hope not. Yo, my boy, legit. Thanks so much for the bit too, though, boy. Happy birthday, Rose. Hope you're having a good.
HBD Rose Hope birthday is going good. Congrats, bro. Party popper.
I'm good, man. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, man. My birthday was calm, man. Calm little birthday, man. Just glad to just see another day. Glad to wake up. That's all I care about,
Hey,
man.
man, they should be spamming happy birthday Rose in the chat. That's what they should be doing right about
They don't care about my birthday, bro. They don't care about that.
Happy birthday, Rose, man.
They don't care about that, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, very good investment you made, bro, with that fan.
It's a good. I feel great, man. I don't sweat no more. It's sad. Like it took so long for me to get this fan, bro. I went to Best Buy and tried to get a fan. You know how much they try to charge me? Insane. $650. That's all they for a fan. I was like, dude, this is insane. This fan better be like make the whole house cold. No. So I went to what is called? Oh, not Office Depot.
Home Depot.
Home Depot. I went to Home Depot.
Yeah,
got that. That was only $100 though. So very good.
Smart man, bro. I don't know why Best Buy be doing that.
Oh, bro, that Android 19 fan, like I don't know what it was, bro. Happy birthday! I appreciate it, man. Though, bro, I'm gonna need to say I missed the old fan. Old fan gone. You ain't seeing that no more. All right, Stephanie, man, we still waiting, bro. What about? Why she don't come? Don't pull up, boy. But nah, bro.
I believe in her, bro. I don't care if they call me a glazer. I believe in Auntie Steph.
She's gonna come, bro. She's gonna come, bro. Come on now. Trying to that boy Flea Boy. We got that collection heat in the background, but
All right, this might be her manager.
Oh, this her manager?
Oh, there she is.
So cool, man.
The Kame House.
Hey, welcome.
I go lie. That's
man. Stephanie.
What is going on? So we're just logging in. So I know it's recording, but my manager is here with me, helping to make sure all the stuff is set right, so we can begin. I like the Dragon Ball Z hoodie. That's nice.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Stephanie,
it must be up north or something. It's hot. It's been in the night. It's like 90 degrees here all week in Dallas Fort Worth.
Oh man, I'm actually in Tulsa, and it's just really chilly in my house. My wife loves it like that.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it. I like it chilly in the house for sure, especially when I'm sleeping.
Stephanie, do you like my hat?
Cold. I do. Majin.
Thank you so much,
Stephanie. What about my hat?
Majin. Is that Majin? Anybody? Like, I know that's just the M. Like, there's Majin Vegeta. There's Majin Buu. Like, is that what that means? It's just
yes,
Majin?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's what it means.
Okay.
Stephanie, what about my hat?
She don't like that, man.
Oh. Hang on. There's a balloon in front of it. Hang on. We're typing something. Oh, oh, you're dressing the part. I love it.
So cool, man.
Thank you.
Hey, I got a hat. Let's see if this shows up.
I got the Goku head, man. Oh, man.
Got the Goku hat on.
So
It's actually a headset. Like at New York Comic Con, they were giving these away in like a swag bag over the last weekend about Daima, and so they were giving these away. And it said they were giving away headsets, so everybody was freaking out thinking they were actual headsets, like electronics, but they were actually these are like paper.
Yeah, you gotta like wrap it around, like.
Yeah, but people were wearing them. They were so funny. Like, it was cute. It was fun.
Yeah, man. Stephanie, I just want to say again, thank you so much for coming on, doing this interview with all of us. I really do appreciate it. I'm a big fan, but let's go ahead and introduce everybody. First, I'm President Rose. I'm a big Dragon Ball channel fan. I love Dragon Ball. Then we got my boy Flea Boy right here with the hoodie on. So cool. You don't care, man. So cool.
I just want to the bed. Anyway, I was trying to.
Are you fine?
Oh, or even the little one, that one too. That one too. I'm grabbing some little props here.
It's fine. You can do what you want.
There we go. Okay. So, yeah, I don't even know if you can see this. Can you see that?
Yeah, I see Goku.
It teleport. Yeah, I can see it
Oh, it
now.
comes right.
Like vanishing.
Look at this one. He's like,
Goku.
yeah, it's like embroidered.
So cool.
That's fire.
Yeah. So everybody's in different places. I see. We got 3 people. I love it.
Yes, ma'am. I was just trying to do the introduction, but first, I'm President Rose. I do a Dragon Ball channel. I'm a big, huge fan of your work. You got my boy Flea Boy right here. Flea Boy is the one with the hoodie, the Dragon Ball hoodie, the orange one. Awesome man right there. Then you got my boy Blazing, bottom left with the Capsule Corp hat on. Y'all introduced, man. But yeah, so today, like I said, again, thank you so much for pulling up and doing this and interview with us. And I just want to be comfortable, ask a couple of questions for real, you know? So
absolutely, we're hanging out, man. This is great. It's a great time. I'm glad we're doing this.
Yes, man. All right, y'all want me to go first, or y'all want to do it?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, man. I'm excited.
All right.
Yeah, we're live too, just to let you know.
Oh yeah,
with about 400 people watching. They're all excited for you to be here.
So cool, bro. She don't care.
Here.
You Gary?
That's my tea. It's short. Okay. All right. Okay. 100% focus now. Yeah. I have to have my iced tea. That's my favorite drink. I've got to have my iced tea at all times. Okay.
All right, but yeah, and let you know we are live right now on like about almost 400 people in here watching.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are live
We're
right
live?
now. Yes, ma'am. We are
on
live.
Instagram?
No, I'm on
We're
YouTube.
on
YouTube.
YouTube does live. I know very little about YouTube other than like listening to songs and stuff when I'm walking the dog or whatever. So I haven't graduated into the YouTube world as much as I'd like to, but maybe, because I want to do like little movies and videos, and at some point I want to try to maybe get a podcast going, and that's for like far in the future. So
Okay.
So hello everybody.
That's so good, man. All right, Stephanie.
I want
to go ahead and just start off the interview by saying who will win, Goku or Luffy? I just want to get your input on that.
I don't watch One Piece, so I don't know much about it. I did see the first episode the other night because I wanted to hear the voice, because I'd never heard some of the voices, but I know some of the people who voice in that show.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm a little biased, but you know, my favorite series is the Dragon Ball series. Kid Goku, he's so funny and innocent, and he says things that nobody else could get away with saying, you know, because he really genuinely does not know what stuff is or what a girl is. And so anyway, I was cast as Gohan first in the Ginyu Saga in the end of 1998, and then we started recording in January of 1999. So it's been 25 years.
Man.
Wow, playing this character. Yeah. Let me ask you a question, right? You play the most iconic character in probably all of anime history. Did you ever think Dragon Ball would get as big as it is now?
No, and none of us did. I mean, we were actually tasked to replace the Ocean dub actors in Canada. The producer was going up there and recording and then bring the data back to Dallas Fort Worth. And so the company decided to recast the show, start where they left off, and finish that for Dragon Ball Z. And that was the only anime that we were really working on. They were just, Funimation was the name of the company, and they were doing a lot of distribution and things like that. And of course, all the work involved with the sound effects and the music. And at one point we were doing anime themes and I was singing them. I don't know, a lot of my fans don't realize I'm a singer. I started singing when I was 3 and I've been in bands ever since I was 18. But so I got Gohan first. We finished that one, went back to the beginning and did episode 1 through 50, whatever, to the Ginyu Saga. So we could have like the whole cast in the actual OG Dragon Ball Z cast in Fort Worth. And then somewhere along the way, I can't remember what year it was, they the producer Barry Watson asked me to be the voice of Goku. I just showed up. He just knew I could do it. He knew my range and he knew I was a singer and he'd seen me perform live, and so he knew I could do it. And so then when I showed up, all of a sudden I'm Goku. So I just pitched everything up and did a whole different delivery with the acting, and then all of a sudden here I am, Goku. So, I mean, that was really an honor for him to just be like, okay, you're Goku. And then he told me the whole story and kind of the back story about how it all began. And I just followed direction. And I did not know it was going to be this big. I started to realize it was kind of big in 2000 when we were at the San Diego Comic-Con, which was my first Comic-Con. I'd never been to one, didn't even know they existed. I also didn't know much about Japanese anime as a whole. To me, it was a cartoon. Like, I'd just been told it was a cartoon, but that's when I learned as we went along that it's an anime, and it started in Japan. And of course, there's a zillion of them now, and it's mainstream now. But back then, it really kind of wasn't. I mean, there was just a few that were really big. Digimon, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. I guess there were some older ones like Street Fighter, and of course, Speed Racer from like the '60s. So we did the Burger King special where people go to Burger King, get their meal, and they get like a little figure. That was in 2000.
I have that toy.
Then later that year, I was watching the TV in Italy whenever my band was playing a naval base tour for a bunch of Navy guys over there. I turned on the TV in my room and Dragon Ball Z was playing in Italian, and I got to hear the Gohan in Italian. And then I saw a bunch of Dragon Ball Z merchandise at the souvenir stores, and that's when I realized it was bigger than I thought it was. But then the fact that it's still alive, it's 40 years later after the original manga, the whole Akira Toriyama passing in March, and all the Comic-Cons. And I mean, over the years, I realized it was huge, but I still thought it was going to be kind of like old news in, like, I don't know, 2009, 8, 9, because that's when my characters grew up, so I wasn't voicing them anymore. And I wasn't in Kai or Super, but 16 years later, here I am. I'm kind of back in the scene. I've been doing a lot of Comic-Cons. I thought it was old news, but apparently this anime is very special. It is very nostalgic, and a lot of kids grew up watching it. Cartoon Network, so it was viewed all over, I guess, really kind of all over the world. It's dubbed in a lot of different languages. So that's kind of when I realized, when I kind of got back in the scene with the Comic-Cons in, like, I don't know, 2017, 16, 17, and 18, just a few scattered Comic-Con appearances. And now I'm doing them almost every weekend, if not every weekend. That's kind of my main thing right now, is appearances and meeting the fans and signing autographs and prints and posters and pop toys. And I mean, I love it. It's my favorite part of what I do, is stuff like this, when I'm actually engaging with fans and attendees at Comic-Cons. It's
actually leads into my next question. Right now, I personally see you on Instagram attending multiple cons and events. What's one of the fans' favorite lines that they try to get you to say or write down?
That's a good one.
Well, aside from the Kamehameha.
Wait. Before you say it, can I guess what it is? And you tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Oh, okay. For like Kid Goku or Kid Gohan?
Kid Goku. Let's do Kid Goku.
Okay.
Don't mess up.
You want to guess?
I want to guess what it is. Wait, okay. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't mess up, bro. Don't mess up, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't guess the Kid Goku line, but can I go with Gohan real quick?
Yeah, go with Gohan.
100%. It's "I'm my father's son." It has to be that line.
That's right.
Are you for real?
Oh,
You're so cool, bro. You're so cool,
Out of
man.
all the lines, because there's some other popular ones too, that one has to be the most popular one.
It's
for
very
quotes. For quotes on Funko Pops and things like that. That's the one they really like from the BoJack movie.
Yeah.
What about?
Can we hear it?
Goku?
Can we hear it? They're saying in the chat they want to hear it. If that's fine with you.
Oh yeah. I'm my father's son.
So cool, man.
I hope that didn't blow your ears out.
That's fine.
Gotta scream it,
So
What's
cool.
Goku? What's Kid Goku's?
That one varies. For like quotes to like actually write on a Funko Pop or a figure, it's probably either Power Pole Extend, which is one of my favorites, or Yoo-Hoo Flying Nimbus, because there's a lot of the Funko Pops where he's sitting on the Nimbus spot in that kind of sense. But then some people want some of the more comedic lines, or they want it personalized, why do women have butts on their chest? And they like the line where Goku is meeting, Bulma, and what do I care about seeing your dirty old fanny?
That's crazy.
I remember those lines. I just rewatched Dragon Ball, so I was like, yeah, it was. He had some crazy lines back in the day, Kid Goku.
Man,
Yeah.
I just watched. I've never watched the series, like sat down and literally watched it, any of them really.
Wow.
I just watched like clips and stuff, and I just stay really busy, and I'm always on the go. But I started watching it
Yeah.
like a week ago, so I'm on like
Oh,
episode
snap.
5 of Dragon Ball, and I had forgotten how funny the show. Like
Oh, yeah.
the first 2 episodes are, I mean, they're all funny, but those first 2 are hilarious because he doesn't know what anything is. He'd been in the raised in the woods, and um, the way he can say, you must not be pure of heart when someone falls right through the cloud. Well, that sounds rude, right? Well, when Goku says it, it's not rude at all. He's just saying, hey, if you're not pure of heart, you're gonna fall through.
Yeah.
Just cute stuff.
You got a question, Blaze?
Yeah, I actually do have a question. I have many questions. So, what's it called? I know you voiced Kid Goku and Teen Gohan. By the way I got into you was so I'm pretty young. I'm 22 years old. So
Wow.
the way I got into you was I played Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2, and then I read the manga of Dragon Ball, and then eventually a couple of years later I watched the anime. So I kind of always knew you since I would like knew about your work since I was like 8 or 10. So I know you voiced Teen Gohan, Kid Goku, but like how do you like what's the process of like brainstorming like to like differentiate all of them when you voice act them? Like how do you like try to make sure this is a new character from that character? Like do you like what's your mindset on that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, first of all, the benefit of dubbing a show that's already visually in complete form, like already done, is you can visualize, you can see the character, and you can see the lips, like the lip flaps that are moving, because there's because you have to have a certain kind of rhythm, which music helped me, being having all my music background. But so for me, if I can have a look at the character, like before we even start, that gives me an idea of what the character looks like, maybe what age, what if it's gruff, if it's older, maybe lower in the voice, higher in the voice if they're a younger child. And that's where I start. But then of course there's the director's take on it. So the director has to be happy with the voice we come up with, first of all, and then make sure that it's consistent. And that's one thing Funimation did, and I think now Crunchyroll does. I've noticed that the difference from what little I've seen of some Japanese animation subs is their voices, they're not always similar, but they seem to be kind of similar. Some of them might even sound the same. Well, of course, you got the lead character who does all Goku, all Gohan, all Goten from all the stages of life. But Funimation was very careful about making sure the voices are completely unique so that the viewers don't get confused as to like if that one sounds like that one, or there's a lot of characters in Dragon Ball Z especially. But like for example, I was already at a session recording Gohan, and I had like 10 minutes left of my hour, and the director had already kind of chosen someone for East Kai. And so a lot of my fans don't know I was voice for East Kai. She's not a big character, but she's in like, I don't know, 6-7 episodes. So I gave a voice of what I thought she would sound like, totally insanely like over the top. And it sounds nothing like Goku and nothing like Gohan. She doesn't really fight, so there's not any differentiation, not worrying about like exertions and screaming and yelling, which tend to kind of go back to a similar voice. So when I did the voice that I thought she would sound like, it was completely unique, and I got the role like randomly, because East Guy's like, oh, I'm the queen and I will win the gold. It sounds nothing like the kid voices. So I thought that was something cool about Funimation, that they made sure all the voices were very unique and different. And if you did get another role, it wasn't going to sound like the other one. Now, Goku and Gohan are both father and son as boys, so they can sound similar. They can sound similar when they're fighting and things like that because they're related. But other than that, they're very distinct about the character sounding different, like unique.
Okay. I kind of got like 2 questions. Well, one is a question and one is just something asking. Do I want to go back to what Blaze said? Blaze said that how he like found you. Me personally, one of my favorite movies was Dragon Ball GT: A Hero's Legacy with Goku Jr. I love that movie so much, Stephanie, like so much. And my favorite line that you said in there is can you make me a great cheeseburger? Do you remember that? I'm being so serious, bro. That's my
so cool, man.
That's my favorite line.
The delivery. That's the thing is you can have a cool voice or you can sound great, but you have to have the delivery with back it up with your acting, and that's what I tried to really encompass that, and make sure it sounds genuine. It really sounds like a little boy, But I'll have to go back and watch that one. I haven't watched that one.
You did an amazing job. You did an amazing job in that movie. I felt everything you did. Amazing.
I think was that the Goku Jr. When you say Goku Jr., it was actually not. It was Goku Jr., a different character, and he was like not opposite. He wasn't strong. He was
with Pan being older and they with the bear and stuff.
Scared of the bullies at school.
Yeah.
The little cap. He wore. Yeah,
so
I remember
good,
that.
Man.
It's been a long time.
That one that I just want to let you know that. And another thing I want to let you know is if you had to play another Dragon Ball character, like, all right, is there any character that you wanted to play in the series that like besides Goku and Gohan that you would like to try?
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have gotten to have a shot at like Videl or Android 18 or like a female voice, because I auditioned for. I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know it was an anime. I didn't know they were looking for child voices to be done by female. I had no idea. When I went into the audition, I was blind. Some of the other people that auditioned had like a VHS tape to watch, or they had something to kind of reference. With me, I went in blind, and so I auditioned for Bulma, Chi-Chi, Poir, Chaozu, high-pitched voices, female voices, and before I left that day, there were 3 people there. One of them was Barry Watson, the one that had recruited me in from hearing me sing with some bands, local bands and things like that in the studio too. He had me do a kid voice and like, what's your little boy voice? And then I just threw one at him. I just came up with what I thought sounded like a little boy. And then they said, can you make him raspy? Can you make him sound a little like, like this? And so I did, and that's the one they went with. And so when I came back in, a couple months later when it was time for Gohan to, record his lines, the first episode's always the one that takes a little longer, so you can really hone in on what the voice is going to sound like, and then be consistent. So sometimes I wouldn't come in for several months because I would do like all my lines in like one session and a couple hours for like 3 or 4 episodes, maybe more. Gohan was kind of a background character. He was, a big role eventually, but like early on, we just kind of went from line to line. So we didn't record with anyone else. We were always separate in the studio, headphones, paper script, music stand, in a padded booth. And we would and so I would only see other cast members when I was coming and going. And then like some of the directors were also voice actors. So, and it was a small group of talent, and a lot of the Dallas Fort Worth talent there's a lot of talent here. We're not LA or New York, but studios are popping up, and there's, quite a bit, especially with Crunchyroll now. There's a lot of talent here. So, but back then it was a smaller group of talent. Like we were much less known, in the mainstream. And so, but then once it got on Cartoon Network and everybody started catching on, they started picking up, Funimation started picking up more properties. Like, of course, they did Dragon Ball Z, then Dragon Ball GT. Then they got shows like Kitty Grade, which I sang the opening and closing themes for. Those are on my website. I love the Japanese songs and putting them into English and singing them and directing them and all of that. That's a whole nother facet of my career that I haven't really talked much about. But and then they got Blue Gender, and I helped recruit singers for those themes. I wish they still did that, but I don't think they do that anymore. With the anime themes, I think they just use Japanese anime themes now. Pretty sure.
Okay.
I got a question for you, right? You said you had a 25-year journey through Dragon Ball, right? Now you're back in the franchise. What was your initial reaction when they called you for Dragon Ball Daima?
It's been 16 years since I voiced anything Dragon Ball related. Like, wow. It's just been mostly the Comic-Cons and the appearances, and thank God the show's so popular, and the fans are dedicated, and there's millions of them. So I was trying to get back in to the scene anyway, like all along, like I never left, like I didn't retire or anything like that. I was singing with my bands and doing some traveling, and wanted to be a mom. I wasn't able to have kids, and all these things were going on in my personal life that I was having to get through some very difficult losses. My mom died right when I got cast as Gohan, so
Oh
she'd been
man,
gone
sorry
25
to
years.
hear that.
Sorry to hear.
Yeah, she was
Jeez.
only 50 years old, and she was my world. So that was extremely difficult to get through that. And then I lost my father in January. I hadn't seen him in 12 years. He was in another state since I was 6 years old. So that's like no closure. It's very weird. And then not being able to be a mom. So I was going through a lot of personal loss and grief and struggling like we all do. We all have stuff. We all have things that we go through that we have to find the strength to get through. And then I just felt like I just didn't have any family, and I was kind of alone. And I'm not a loner. I'm not an introvert, as you can tell. I'm very people oriented. So now the way I look at it and try to be positive and is I I have anime babies. So I have anime babies all over, like you guys and your babies and other, fans that are in their 30s and having kids and they're sharing the show with them. And so I try to look at it like, I can be kind of like an anime mom in a way. So I can just kind of like, it's just different. I don't have kids running around the house. Like I always thought I was going to be able to do that. But that's how I embrace that whole situation there. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Wait, I want to piggyback off that question. So
Did I
know
even answer the question?
Yeah, you
I'm
asked.
not gonna lie, Stephanie. You did not answer the question. All right, I'm sorry, but
No,
Please
but
repeat it.
She could-
I got off on a tangent.
Right.
Oh,
no, but that
No.
story I like. It was actually I did like listening to that. You know what I mean?
yeah, and I
remember
love
the
that
question.
story. And just to let you know, I speak for everybody on this panel and hundreds in the chat right now. You are the anime mom, especially of
Yay!
Dragon
Yes.
Ball, and we all love you. And we want to let you know you will never be alone as long as you live. But yeah, what was your
Thank you,
initial
Stephanie.
reactions when it comes to
That's
Dragon
it.
Ball Daima?
Yes, I do remember it now. So I was called to do what they call Walla like a year ago, and because I've been trying to get back in because the company changed names from Funimation and Sony bought them, and then Crunchyroll bought them, and now they're a whole different office, and it's this giant building with all these offices, and it's crazy. And there are some different things that have gone on because it's owned by Toei Animation in Japan. I got a call to do some Walla, and I was fine with that. I didn't, I just wanted to be utilized because I'd been out of the scene for so long. My characters had grown up, and I wasn't in the last movie and some of the video games that were recently done. So I was happy with that. I was ready to get back in. And then in July, or no, I went up there in February to just kind of clear the air and make sure everything was cool with Justin Cook, who works there. He's been there the whole time. He's also been a director. And oh yeah, he said that's and I didn't know anything about Daima. I didn't know Dragon Ball Daima was even existed. And then he kind of gave me a little tour, and then that was it. And then in June, late June, I was called in to audition, which was fine. I'm very humble, and I never assume that I'm gonna just be handed a role like ever. It doesn't usually work like that. But I came in and auditioned for Goku, and they said there was going to be a new series. And of course, it was all hush hush, couldn't say anything. And then, about a week or two later, Toei got to listen to the auditions, and they got to choose and approve of who was going to be in the cast. And it's a lot of new people, a lot of like younger, newer, people that are kind of sort of breaking into the industry. Most of the characters, aside from the ones in the first episode, which are going to be like the ones you've always heard, like the regular characters before they get changed back into children. And so he said, hey, Justin called and he said, hey, you got the role. Toei wants you, and the fans spoken. And I mean, I owe this to you guys. I mean, all the fans out there, I just kind of stayed under the radar. I didn't want to be, I didn't want to have any influence. I wanted to genuinely be chosen if I was really chosen. And so the fans spoke out. They wrote to Crunchyroll, the emails, and of course they liked the audition. So that's the main thing. So Toei stepped in, and they have a control over all of this, and they wanted it recorded at Crunchyroll. And so I came in and started recording episode 1, I guess it wasn't really an episode 1 technically, episode 2 in August. And I couldn't say anything. I had to sign an NDA and all of that, and I kept it quiet. But then some things got leaked, and especially when the trailer came out with my voice on it, and that's when the fans knew. And so I couldn't really deny it, but I didn't say anything until it got officially announced at the NYCC Dragon Ball Daima panel. last Thursday.
Yes, it did.
At New York Comic Con. They were like
And I'm
30,
not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. Asked President Rose about the scheduling of this interview because we wanted to ask you about Daima, but we didn't know if it fit in with the NDA. And I'm like, man, I hope the episode is out before we get this interview.
Yeah,
it's
but
perfect
it's awesome
timing
to hear you back. Blaze.
You're my first interview, aside from the two that I did on premises at NYCC. You guys are my first actual interview since I got back, because it's Wednesday and we got back, middle of the night, I guess 1 a.m. Sunday. So I've just been, I call it con hangover, because like the day you get back from a con, especially a big one like that, it's the second biggest in the USA. It just takes a lot out of you, because I give and I give, and I'm just like, I'm on fire, and I'm like shining and all this stuff, like 3 or 4 days straight. That was a longer one, actually. And so Monday I'm just like kind of like kind of like tired, kind of like my brain is like settling back to normalcy, and it's like then I get back on, because New York is completely like crazy different than DFW. Like, it's a concrete jungle. It's crowded, people everywhere, everything's expensive, Ubers, transportation, traffic. But it was exhilarating, and honestly, it's like one of the best weekends of my entire life. I'm trying to think of a weekend that was that amazing, because the fans are they're just so loyal, and they know what's going on. You guys know more about the show than I do, really, because I do the voice acting, but I am watching Dragon Ball again, so that's pretty cool. And watching it in its entirety has really been interesting, because I've forgotten. It's been like 20 something years since I've done these lines, right? I'm like, I don't remember saying that. But yeah, no, it's got to be one of the best weekends of my entire life. Daima was everywhere. They had like 4 giant Dragon Ball Daima and Dragon Ball Z booths with they had like a Nimbus cloud that you could sit on, or you could stand on and take pictures.
I've seen that.
They had the figures were there. The two, some of the two, there's like 4 kind of lead characters in Daima, and they had, you could take pictures with those life-sized, what do they call those, statues and figures, and they were giving away a lot of really cool swag. Like, I was really impressed. Like, as everybody left, like over 3,000 people, they got a T-shirt that said New York Comic Con Dragon Ball Daima 2024 T-shirts. And then that's like, I don't know if you guys can see this because I've got this crazy background, but they gave away these big giant swag bags.
We can't see it like that.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, you can't.
No, a little bit.
Oh my gosh, right. Okay, never mind. Anyway, they were like these swag bags. If you've been to big Comic Cons, you see the giant bags, and then they're like backpacks, and you can put all your swag in there. And they were giving away. They gave me and the 2 other people there that were involved in Dragon Ball Daima. One of them was Aaron Miyuki, plays Glorio. They gave us a Daima, like a Dragon Ball Daima figure, which I don't even think you can get those yet. Like, I've been looking online, and some of them aren't even coming out till next year. So that might have been something sent in from Japan. I'm not for sure, but that was the coolest thing. I was just so excited to have that. And then I signed like 5 of them at my table on Friday, and those were the first ones I'd signed. So I wrote like the numbers. The first one signed, second one.
Those are
the fans
really
love that.
expensive.
They're like, put first one signed, and so I did. So that was really cool. And then the T-shirt's cool, and then that crazy head thing.
Okay.
And they were giving away some other stuff too at the booth. They were giving away the cards with talking about the. Did you guys know that the first 3 episodes are going to be shown in theaters all over the United States in
I will be going.
Yeah, because it's already out on Netflix, but it's the sub. It's a Japanese dub. I didn't realize that it was going to be a while before the actual English dub came out, but it's going to be the 10th, 11th, 12th of November. You can go online and get your tickets. I think it's like fathomevents.com. And I don't know if you guys are planning on going. I know that a lot of us are going to try to go on the 11th. There's one like, I don't know, half hour.
Definitely, we're going to support, especially me. I love dub. I know I might get a lot of stuff for it in the chat and even from my community, but everybody knows I wait for the dub to come out before I even get into the series.
I watched it. I thought it was going to be the dub. I didn't realize that it was the sub, but I actually was like, I kind of followed along. It's really good. Like, this is like, Akira Toriyama poured his heart out. This was his last, big project. He started over a year ago, I believe. And so, a lot of people are, I'm hearing a lot of great, mostly everything is great and excited. People are excited and pumped up. Some people are nervous that it's going to be like GT or they didn't like GT. Some people love GT. It's not like GT. I love GT though. I thought
I
that was a
love
cool show.
GT.
But I know, I
Mhm.
love what they get. The premise is totally different. The way they get turned back into kids is different. The characters are different. There's a bunch of new characters with new voices that you guys are going to grow to love, and it's basically just like another big adventure. It's an alternate universe. It's called the Demon World.
Told y'all,
So
chat.
I actually liked that I watched it on Netflix when it first came out because I was really excited. I was like, I have to see it because I just have to, right? And the voice work, the Japanese voices are great, and the animation is glorious. I mean, it's beautiful, and the opening theme and the ending theme are great. And with me being a music, me having a music background and being a singer, I really gravitate to music anyway, and so like I they're very catchy songs. I think you guys are gonna really love it. And if people are thinking they won't, give it a shot. Just go to the movie and watch it. If you don't want to go to the theaters, you don't have to. The tickets might be sold out anyway. I don't know exactly how that works, but it will be on Netflix, which is huge. That's the first Dragon Ball franchise to be released on Netflix, which is ginormous. That's a big deal. So Toei is pushing this one big, big, big time. I mean,
Okay.
they had such a large piece of real estate at that Comic-Con. Like, and they had this giant inflatable Goku that I don't even know, like 40, 50 feet tall. Like, it was very impressive. I loved every minute of it. And I'm very, very honored to have been chosen to come back. And especially with all the nostalgia and the kids grow
So
up listening
dope.
and you hear those voices and they take you back, just like an old song in high school. You go back to those memories, but when you hear those voices or ones that are familiar to you when you were a child. And I can relate to that. I watch Looney Tunes or Smurfs or whatever. And it's the same way with me with music. And it takes you right back to the day you first heard the song.
Okay. I just wanted to ask you this because you was talking about Comic Con and stuff like that. So, what was the most craziest experience you had with a Dragon Ball fan?
Wow, the craziest. Well, I wouldn't say crazy. When people walk up with their little kids dressed like little Gohan and Goku, I just melt. I just
Okay.
melt. I love the families that bring the kids. The cosplay is really impressive. I'll have people come up dressed like I had. Well, I think so. I was in California in 2017, and it was right when I was getting back into the Comic Con scene. I was at a Hydro Comic Con, and this entire family walks up. Okay, they're Filipino. Okay, this entire family walked up. There were like six of them, and they were dressed like the Dragon Ball, like some of the main Dragon Ball characters. They had little kid Goku. She was a little girl, but they spiked her hair out like perfectly, and she had a tail, and she looked just like Kid Goku. And then they had Bulma and Yamcha and Yajirobe. And I want to say, oh, they had little Chi Chi. They had little Chi
So
Chi. So they
good.
were all this big family, and they ended up having another kid after that in like 2018 or 19, and they would dress up that one like baby Goku or baby Gohan. Anyway, I was blown away. I didn't charge them for anything. I was like, I want pictures of you guys. Forget about me. Let's like make this into something. So I did like little videos with them, and now I'm friends with them. And then like during COVID, they made me like these Dragon Ball masks, and they would mail them to me, and I would like wear them at the events whenever we were back, doing kind of coming out of COVID. And then I've had a lot of moments that are very endearing. Like, um, some fans get really emotional, and they went through a lot, and they would sometimes go through things at home or domestic abuse, and they'd go into their room and shut the door and watch Dragon Ball Z. Or people would work out to Dragon Ball Z, and they would get them pumped up, and they want to like lift weights and be strong like Goku and things like that. So I've heard a lot of stories about that, and that's amazing. And then one kid was in a wheelchair, and he walked up, or he rolled up and gave me his hat and said, "Will you sign this?" And I signed it, and I gave it back, and I gave him a print, and he just started crying. Like, he had been through a lot, and I was very touched by that. And he was just like, "This is the happiest day of my life." I mean, for him to say that to me, I'm like, how can this be the happiest? Wow, are you sure it's the happiest day of your life?
Yeah.
It's very humbling. And then another time, this isn't crazy. I hope you don't mind me. I'm kind of, some of them are crazy, some of them are like emotional and some of them are funny. But this other one, I could tell this kid was like going through a lot. He was like maybe 12. And he walked into a little comic store in Waco, Texas, and his father was with him. I guess, I don't know, I think it was his father. It could have been his stepdad. And he wanted a print. He wanted to buy stuff, but he didn't have any money. And the dad figure person was like, why do you want to spend your money on this? What is this? Anime, this is just crap. Like, why would you spend your money on this? And like, his face just, he looked down and it's like, it was really, really sad. Like, it just broke his heart, you know. And I just remember I had some really tough times with the stepdad and the stepmom in my life, and it was not good. And it was very, very tumultuous. And there was a lot of that kind of domestic, kind of like borderline abuse kind of stuff going on. And so I kind of figured, wow. So when he left, I got with the store owner and we got him a couple of prints and we gave him like a free like little figure. And because it's a small town outside of Waco, Texas, they were able to find him and they knew who he was. And that was very heart-wrenching, but I just know that was going to cheer him up. And who knows what's going on in their house? Like, who knows what's going on with the mom? Who knows? You know, it's just heartbreaking, and it pulls the heartstrings. You know, I'm an empath. It's a blessing and a curse. I love it, but like I take in the energy of the people around me, and you know, it's I love being that way, but it's also like it'll drain you emotionally. It'll just suck you dry, and you just give, and you're just like a deflated balloon. You get home and you're just like, oh my god, you know. So, but as far as crazy, it's more like the cosplay. KamehaCon is a convention that's done in DFW. They're going to be doing KamehaCon 6 in New Jersey for the first time next June. But KamehaCon like 1 through 5 was in Dallas-Fort Worth, and this was fun. So I was there with Tiffany Vollmer, the voice of the original Bulma, and she was right next to me, and we're friends, and we're two peas in a pod. We have a blast. And all these guys showed up, like big, burly, like guys with muscles, and they all were dressed like Bulma. There was like 12 of them. There were like 12 of them, and they were all very, very, you know, not hiding their masculinity at all. They were doing it for fun. And they walked up, and we weren't expecting it. And so she ended up doing like this whole like Bulma, like
dressed like Bulma is crazy.
What is it? Like the conga line. So she's like, all the Bulmas over here right now, follow me. And so she did like this whole conga line around the entire Comic-Con. It was so hilarious. And with these guys, they were just having fun. So we had to get pictures and all of that jazz. So that was pretty crazy.
Okay. Blazing.
First of all, Stephanie, I want to apologize how I came off earlier. You know what I mean? That was kind of, you know what I mean? I really want to apologize. You know what I mean?
No, you're
chat
fine.
was on me
I didn't
too.
notice anything.
Because sometimes I'm awkward, but what's it called? I want to get into the next question. I know you mentioned you do a lot of singing and you do a lot of voice acting. So which one do you like prefer more? You prefer like the singing side, or you prefer the voice acting side, or is it like kind of equal?
Well, it started with music for me. So music was what grabbed me and what my ear just, I don't know. Thank God I had an ear to be able to sing on pitch and all that stuff. Because you can love music and want to be a singer, or you want to be a musician, but you're just not proficient at it, or you're not good at it, or you don't practice, or you have bad self-discipline. But for me, I was doing it from the very beginning of any of my memories. I was singing along with songs. I was singing kids' songs. I was singing Donna Summer, Neil Diamond, my favorite artists. My parents were not musicians. None of my family really got into, they liked music, but none of them were musicians. I had one aunt that was an opera singer, and on my dad's side, and that was pretty much it. But they always had music in the house, and that's something I treasure, especially ages, you know, from whenever I could remember, 3 to 6, when my parents were still together. My brother was there too, and we would sing on these 8-track tapes. Like, this is way back in the 70s. And we would have these microphones. My dad would plug them in and into the stereo. We always had a stereo, that was my favorite thing in the world, was singing and music and songs. And I was learning and training my ear at a very young age without even realizing it. But I was also learning how to change my voice and do voices and silly voices. And then I eventually got a cassette tape recorder that had batteries, and I would carry it around and have blank tapes and record my friends, my neighbors, my babysitter, and then I would go back and try to mimic them. just for fun. Like, and again, I wasn't pursuing voice acting. I didn't even think about that. I wasn't thinking about it when I was watching cartoons that there were voice actors behind all of those voices. So when I got into the voice acting much later in my career, it was just like natural for me because I had been, I used to write like these silly like radio shows, and me and my friends would like interview each other in different voices, and that was probably more like middle school age. So I had like these cassettes of us like playing around with all these different voices. So I was already doing it for fun. I was already doing it as a hobby. So and then having that music and being able to contort my voice, and because I can like mimic singers as well, and I started getting into writing parodies and jingles for morning show radio, which was very, very, very fun, extremely creative. I loved it. Would love to get back into that. In fact, on my website, you can see I wrote a Christmas song, I wrote a Halloween song, and then sang them like children. And
what's the website, if you mind me asking?
it's myname.com. So it's stephanienadolny.com. It's not like there's not as much stuff on there as I'd like. We got to get back to that because we've just been really busy. But there's like some basic stuff like the anime themes that I sang, and Yu Yu Hakusho Sayonara Bye Bye, and then like my demo reel, and there's like a video on there from like 2014 when we were performing live at the WinStar Casino. We worked for the senior breakfast. So I sang and toured with a band for over 22 years, Vince Vance and the Valiants. But I met the band Brave Combo out of Denton, Texas. They're like a world nuclear polka band. And I'm actually Polish, part Polish. So no wonder I love polka music. But that's where I met Barry Watson, was at one of the studio recordings where I was recording on their albums, and we were writing songs in like the late 90s, like 96, I think 97. And so I've just been integrated in the Dallas-Fort Worth music scene. And so I'm kind of like a first, second call for like, hey, we need a singer to like jump in and perform. I haven't done that in a while because I have been so busy with the voice acting in the Comic-Cons. So right now I'm having to pick and choose like which one. And right now I'm focused on voice acting, getting back into Daima, and traveling and meeting the fans at the Comic-Cons. We put our band on hiatus. We do have a band called Moonglass Band, and I've been with, I can't even tell you how many bands I've sang with, maybe like 12, but the one I was with the longest was the one that was touring with 3 girl singers, costumes, comedy. It was like the B-52s meet Shauna Na, that we did skits, we did comedy, jokes, and it was like the best thing for me at that time. I was 18. I had just gotten out of high school. I was going to college for music and drama. Wow. And then I joined a show band, and I was gone like 300 days a year. Like, it was crazy. I mean, sleeping on the airport floors, driving around in a tour bus. Dang. Broke down way too many times. No AC, no heat. Sometimes we were in the middle of this freezing storm. We had no heat. Like, it was like really like, we were like roughing it. We had a tour bus though. So that was like something they had just gotten when I joined. But the band started in 71 and I joined in 91.
Oh, that's phenomenal. I got a question about Sparking Zero, right? You said you was out the scene for about 16 years, but we know consecutively over the years, Dragon Ball has been putting out hit after hit, banger after banger. Some might arguably, disagree, but, there's been a lot of work in these video games, and with Sparking Zero being the biggest fighting game we've ever seen at all. How much copies sold within 24 hours? I believe like 3 million, something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's literally the biggest fighting game ever to hit the market. How do you feel about being in this history?
Well, I'm not in Sparking Zero as of now. No, but I've been told that with Daima being released, they're gonna dub my voice and Glorio's voice. I'm not sure how many of the other characters from Daima are going to be in the game. I know they have like a jillion million characters in that game. But I think what happened was it was a year ago, and the actress that did the voice in Kai was chosen for little Goku because I was kind of out of the scene. And the director made some different choices and replaced some of us back, I don't know, 2009.
So you're low-key confirming that we might get a DLC Daima character of Goku.
Yeah, in fact, I think it's...
it's already in the game.
Yeah, it's already in the game. Yeah, but it's just only in Japanese, though.
Oh, right, it's a Japanese voice. So I think they're going to come in, and then they do like what they call, I guess, an update. I don't play video games nowadays.
That's an update, yeah. So they might update her voice in the future.
That's it. It's an update. Mm-hmm. Well, however you do that. So I have not been given the word, like, yes, you will, but like Aaron Dismuke, who plays Glorio, told me he's been told he will come back, and I'm thinking if they're going to dub Glorio, why would they not
Yeah, dude.
dub
Yeah.
the Goku from Daima? So I'm just like waiting until they call me and whenever they want to do it, and if they're gonna do, I'm just kind of like hanging out. We've got a little bit of pause in our production right now. We've done several of the episodes, but we're just kind of like on a hiatus just while they're doing some other things, and then we're gonna come back and start dubbing again the very beginning of December. So, but that's not going to halt anything as far as when they're released and how they're released. So I'm super excited and really. I just want to tell you guys, yes, I'm biased, but from the outside looking in, I'm telling you, this show is amazing. It is.
Will they have a
really
choices to update the other
really
original
amazing.
owl voices?
Really much more dynamic and animated and colorful and all of these things more than I even realized. So so give it a chance. If it's completely a whole new show with just so many unique things to offer. So give it a chance, guys. If you're on the fence about it, or you can wait if you don't want to go to the theater. You can see it on Netflix. You can see it. I think you can see it on Crunchyroll at some point too. So,
all right. I just want to ask you, what's your favorite transformation from Dragon Ball?
Cell Saga. Cell Saga Super Saiyan 2, man, that's like guttural. I mean, that was like I was screaming about my mom and losing my mom and all these just really just got a lot out when I was doing those screams and with Goku talking in my ear as Gohan and like telepathically, and I would just think, oh, it's like I think about my mom and how much she would want me to be strong.
I meant original Sal, Gohan, and Goku voices.
She was my biggest fan, and all these things, all these emotions came up, and talk about blowing it out, because I'd be there like all day sometimes, like a couple times a week, and I would just fry my voice out, and I would have to just like get in my car and I had a big old headache, and it's all worth it, but I would just it was intense, and the fans love that arc. Some people like it best out of every. I hear all kinds of things from the fans. I mean, I hear like, that's my favorite arc ever. Oh my gosh, I love Gohan. I love Super Saiyan. They call him Teen Gohan. He's actually technically like 11 or 12, but yeah. So the Super Saiyan Cell Saga. But I enjoy doing Goku more because he's funny.
That's actually when I was introduced to Dragon Ball, because back then I didn't recognize the difference between animation and anime. So I always thought Dragon Ball was a cartoon, and I got introduced. Well, maybe more the Frieza arc going into the Cell arc and things like that. So, just coming home, watching those episodes and hearing you go crazy. Did that ever put too much strain on the voice? With the Kamehamehas and the because Dragon Ball is known for its power-ups and its crazy streams. Did you ever get, blow out your voice?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was already blowing my voice out on the weekends or when I was traveling with my show band for weeks at a time. I mean, so I had been utilizing my voice, and I was in practice constantly because I was using my voice for my singing and auditions, and I was organizing rehearsals and with the girls, and I ended up being the costumer person. I was doing a lot of stuff with my voice anyway, and thankfully I had the chops to do it because I blew out my voice, but I would try to schedule around like when I didn't have a gig that night, like in town or something. I would like make sure I had the night off after I'd leave so I could rest, sleep, drink lots of water. I'm telling you, a good night's sleep, even just one good night's sleep, I could be sounding like a frog at night, and my brain would just be like fried, but I'd wake up and I'd be like a new person. I get 8 hours of sleep and drink a bunch of water and not talk, which isn't easy for me. I have to admit. But, back then, I don't think we even had cell phones. I think I had just gotten a cell phone in 99 because my mom was sick with her cancer stuff. But, so I would just everybody knew like, okay, well, she's not answering her phone or whatever. She's, probably had a session today or whatever. So, but I was able to do those scenes, even though, I blew my voice out and it was painful because I was already utilizing my voice with the singing. I was like singing in a band with like 8 or 9 people on stage. So I was like almost screaming and yelling rock and roll songs too. Like we were doing some Pat Benatar and we were rocking it out. So that was it's like a seesaw. It's like I had the tours and the singing in the band, and then I'd come back and do a session or two. But that was definitely, out of all the work I've done for any of the franchises, was the most intense and definitely the most difficult and the most painful. But you gotta, like, no pain, no gain, right? You know, you gotta do it for the fans, and you want it to be good, and the director decides if it's good or not. And I'm glad that they trusted me with the role. I mean, I didn't have to audition for that role. To me, it was a completely different voice, but it was still Gohan, and it was still my voice producing it. But I'm just glad that the director
Did you do any
and
voice lines
directors, because
for
sometimes they had
Goku
other
in
people
Sparing
directing
Zero?
some of the episodes, believed in me to be able to do that voice, and basically told me to be as manly and gruff and Clint Eastwood as possible. And so I just came up with, you know, I'm a man, yeah, just like you.
So cool, man. You got some? Yeah, go ahead, Blaze.
Yeah, I had a question as well. So I know you know you were in Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. There's a lot of episodes in each of these animes. So a lot of animes nowadays usually only have like 25 episodes, like a season, and it like pretty much just ends. But Dragon Ball goes on for a long time. So you must be around the team a lot. What was like one of your most memorable moments with the team? You know what I mean?
You mean like the Cell Saga?
Uh,
What do you say,
any
team?
like with the like behind the scenes, like what was your like most
Oh,
memorable moments? You know what I mean?
well, I have some funny ones. We had a lot of fun uh dubbing the comics, the comedic scenes with Kid Goku and Dragon Ball. I mean, there was like so many times where there would be like a scene where they call it react to picture. So basically, when you get the there's like three beeps, and you look at the lines and what's coming up, and then you watch the screen. Back then it was like TVs, that came out here. They didn't even have flat screens back then. um and so I remember there were some scenes where I would just be reacting to picture, and so I would just follow along. A lot of them, Goku would be running up a mountain or running around a mountain, and Yajirobe's chasing him or something, and he's like,
I remember.
yeah, and it's just sounds funny because you're just like, you're grunting and you're making all these weird reaction noises and sounds and shock and awe, and like, it's a lot of Goku. Well, I mean, Gohan, really, when he was younger, he had a lot of like more like reactions, like exertions, taking off and landing, powering up sometimes, but like punching and kicking, and then the fight scenes are, pretty intense. But those were comedic to me when I would react to picture, especially Dragon Ball, because it would kind of go on and on. And I remember I got so into it, and I was really watching it closely. And so Goku's running, right, for a long time, and it's hilarious dubbing that because it just sounds funny. But then he jumps in the water, and I was so into the scene that I made the sound effect of him jumping in the water. Like, I didn't mean to, it just happened. And I was just like, and the director was like, "Did you just make the sound effect of water jumping in the water?" I said, "Yes." I'm sorry. Like, they could cut it off. It was fine. It didn't mess up the scene, but I was just so into it, and we just had a good laugh about that. And um, he just says funny stuff, you're stinky. When he talks to Roshi about a pretty girl or an unattractive girl, and he doesn't know the difference. I like both. He doesn't know. He doesn't understand all that stuff. But there's kind of a lot of like adult humor in this show. Like I said, I'm watching Dragon Ball, and I'm in episode 5, and I'm like, my goodness,
Yeah.
there's some like adult stuff in this show. And I don't know if they had to like, yeah, I don't know if they had to like release episodes with some of that stuff cut out. I know they had to do like they had to like cut out a lot of the Gohan getting pummeled by like Frieza, because it was like blood.
Whoa.
And it was like, because it could be construed as child abuse. You know what I mean? If you look at it, if you're looking at it like that. But the unabridged, I guess you could get on DVD, or not DVD. Well, it was DVD eventually, but it was VHS tapes back at the very beginning. But I know that on Cartoon Network we had to do alternate lines for, like, Mr. Satan had to be like Hercule, I think.
Yeah.
Like, some of the names had to be changed. Yeah, just to be more family friendly.
Because they would be like, the crowd would be like, and one of the, so yeah,
yeah. But I mean, we just did the alt, then the director told us what to do. And if there was ever, now early on, when I first got the role, like I said, I wasn't in very often, so I would be like 2 months later, they're having me come in. So all they would do is put the voice in my headphones, and I would mimic myself. And then after the first, 2 or 3 sessions, I knew where to go in the voice. I didn't need any references. Sometimes we'd hear the pre-roll, like some of the people in your scene might have already been recorded. And if they are recorded, they'll play that if you want. So you can like respond and react to what they're saying, which is always helpful. With Daima, some of them have done their parts and some haven't. So if they've done them, they play them. Which I just think it's a little helpful. It's not impossible to not do a good job without that, but I think it's pretty cool to like hear the lines before and or after when I deliver my lines. And what's cool too is now it's like computers. It's all on a computer screen. Everything's cutting edge technology. They can slide things quicker into place instead of rewinding and fast forwarding like we used to do. So it's a lot more efficient. We get a lot more done in less time. So most of my sessions are maybe 2 hours. I think I had one for free, but like we cover a lot of ground. And with Goku being the lead character, especially starting at episode 2, we had a lot of work to do. But I've been getting a lot of these on a first try, and if I don't get it and I see it, I'll do another one, like a little faster or a little slower depending on what I see. And they literally just slide it. They can just like take it, move it, then we watch it and see if it fits the flaps. And if it does, like move it on, go to the next line.
That's how it works. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, but the cool thing is they always play it to make sure, and everybody, there's an ADR director and the director, and then they visually look at it to make sure that if there needs to be like a pause, then I'll say, hey, do it again, and then maybe put a pause here, and he'll give me some direction, like, just kind of like be no big deal at this line, it's not intense at all, and then I'll do it again, kind of throw the line away, and it's like, okay, good. So I'm in the zone. I mean, I'm really in the zone. Like I don't know. I get in those sessions and I'm just 100% focused and I'm really into it and I'm super excited and I want to do a good job. So I make sure I'm rested, lots of water. If you need a break, you get a break. I don't usually need one. The first 2 times I was there, I was so excited. I didn't even need a break. I'm like, I'm good. Let's keep going. I was pumped up.
Okay. Anything else, Flea Boy, or
I know. I know
we on a time limit. I definitely do want to get the chat.
Yeah.
I'll go a little longer. I'll go a little longer if you'd like, because we're not quite.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because we did want to get the Q&A from the chat. The chat right now. They want to ask you some questions. So we do want to get that.
My apologies.
No, it's all right. We love it. We love it. The more we get, the better. But I do want to be respectful of your time also.
Yeah, we're good. I don't have anything right. I'm doing a promo video, but I can do that later.
All right,
so
any
I'll say
Blazing, y'all got any more questions?
I think that's it for me.
I want to. Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, bad. I know. I don't want to forget. It's like a weird request. I just want to like, how do I make the perfect Kamehameha voice? You know what I mean? Like, do you have a tutorial for that?
Oh, you got to practice that. You got to practice it.
Yeah.
You got all the stuff right there. You got all your gear. Record it and listen back. If you want it to be gruff or loud or raspy, or do you want to be young? Do you want to be your age? Do you want to be older? I mean,
what are the differences in the 3 different kid voices?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But listen to the one you like and then mimic it, but use your own voice or pitch yours up a little and make him sound younger. I don't know. I mean, that's what I would suggest.
No, that was good advice. Like, I was genuinely wondering, because when I was watching Dragon Ball, you like nailed each time. You nailed it. Even in the old games, nailed it. So, yeah.
Thank you. Well, I had to pay really close attention to the direction and also the animation to make sure I knew, because some of them are fast.
Yeah.
Some of them are slow. Some of them have little breaks, and then they'll like cut to another scene and they'll come back and they'll be like, So it has to all be timed out. But yeah, just practice your voices. Take some workshops. Yeah, practice and listen back. You don't have to do it in front of anybody. Just get it.
Late birthday gift.
Do it
Here you go, my guy.
Listen back. That's what I did when I was a kid.
After the stream, I'm gonna go in the mirror. I'm just gonna do 10 Kamehamehas in the mirror. All right. So thank you.
Yeah. Just do like you're practicing an instrument, like a little bit each day.
Yeah.
All right, bet. Right now we about to go ahead and let chat ask you questions. They want to ask you some things. The first one that we have, this is from Devin Knox. Devin Knox asked you. He said, "What are the differences in the 3 kid Goku voices?"
The differences? Okay. Good question. That's a good question. I like that question. So Kid Goku is my first rendition of child Goku. He's 100% a child, truly innocent. And then when you fast forward to GT Goku is an adult, but he's in a child's body.
Mm-hmm.
So the difference there is the delivery. Even though he is a child and he still sounds like, Goku, original Goku, I tried to make sure that some of the inflections and some of the delivery was like, okay, I'm an adult, but I'm speaking like a child because I'm in a child's body. So with that one, that's where I really utilize my acting skills, which I'm not the greatest serious actor. I'm definitely much better at comedic and character voices, and I'm just silly. I'm just a silly, crazy, I'm cheesy as all get out. I'd be a great mom because I'm silly as crap, and I think the kids would love it. But so that's the difference there. And then on this one, it's like a cross between the two because Goku is an adult, changed back into a kid. This is completely different story, a different adventure, a whole new universe. So it's completely different. But in this one, he's probably a little bit more like original Kid Goku because they want that Dragon Ball nostalgia. They want that spirit of Dragon Ball.
Is this real life right now?
That's going to
Rose
be
doing big things interviewing this legendary voice actor who made our childhoods great. Thank you, Stephanie.
I'm so glad that they kept the humor. They kept the Dragon Ball spirit alive with Daima. And so that's the differences. But still, we all know he's an adult in a child's body. We know that. He's actually, they call him Goku Mini. And that's the difference there. So I hope that makes sense.
Nah, it makes perfect sense. If they ain't catch that, man, it went over their head, under their nose.
Well, even adult Goku isn't the smartest knife in the drawer. Like, I'm not cutting him down, but he's the strongest fighter ever and all of these amazing things. But even adult Goku's just kind of, he's kind of still got that kind of quirky, childlike, doesn't really understand not necessarily book smart, you know what I mean? So the delivery as a child can be similar, and it's like, oh, that's just Goku, But even him as an adult, so.
Okay. The next one we have is I lost it. Somebody said one of them said, "Can you just do a Goku voice line?" He says any Goku voice line. He want to hear you say it.
Extends.
So good.
Favorite moment from
Nimbus, Master Roshi, time for training.
It's
I
crazy. It
know.
just sounds so perfect. Like, I don't know. I know it's you, but it sounds
That's probably
real.
why they had me audition, because they wanted to make sure I could still do that exact voice. Thankfully I can.
I like sports and games question.
What'd
See
you
where
say?
he said, do you feel any pressure being the two greatest voices in Dragon Ball Z?
Oh, that's
King Gohan and Kid Goku.
What about it?
Do you feel any pressure being basically the most two iconic characters in all of Dragon Ball?
Not so much now. It's like I've been gone. It's like riding a bike. You get back on the bike and then you're riding your bike and then it all comes back. So for me, it's like, it's actually easier because I've already done all of those. I know a lot more about the story. I know more about how to deliver. I'm just more proficient, whatever, with the lines because I look at them, I memorize them, I look right back up, and with me being able to, remember lyrics for being a singer, that's also a big deal. Is when you memorize things. Thankfully, I have a good memory, so I'll memorize a line and look at the screen, and that's when I deliver. So I've just gotten better with the technique and taking direction, and I just like this is good. And then I don't talk. I let the director do everything. It's like if he wants me to do it again, we'll do it again. If I want to do it again, I just be quiet because maybe he loves it, maybe he likes it, So I don't really feel much pressure. No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm doing this a while now.
Before we get to real OG Slayer 96 question, big shout out to the $2 tip. I want to ask you something personal for me, right?
Okay.
A personal request. In a Kid Goku voice, can I get a happy birthday, President Rose? This is my guy right here.
It's my birthday.
His birthday.
It's your birthday today.
It is my birthday.
Yeah,
Stephanie.
so could we get that from you if possible?
Yes, you ready?
Yeah.
I've been born ready.
Happy birthday, President Rose.
So cool, man. I was beautiful, man. Very beautiful, very powerful.
Legendary right there.
Yes.
That was W Bass, Flea Boy. W Bass, bro. Thank you, man.
And now let's get to real OG Slayer 96. He asks, what's your favorite moment from Dragon Ball Z?
Favorite moment would be, I think, when Gohan finally releases all of that power that had been kind of like stacking up from watching his friends get hurt and, the death of his father. I mean, all these things he'd been through and he'd watched, and he was so loyal to his friends. And for him to finally release all of that energy and defeat Cell, that was like intense. Like I said, I was going through a lot of mix of emotions through that whole scene, all of that stuff with Cell and, having trained all those years and really finally having that confidence, because Gohan was always holding back all those years. Like, I'm not ready. I don't want to do this. I don't want to fight. I don't want to hurt anybody, whatever. And so I think that was just such a turning point for him. And that's why I think the fans think it's iconic, because they've watched him. They saw the developing history with him and all the things he went through, and, getting thrown in the woods and Piccolo being really hard on him. And, I think that's probably got to be it. Just that.
Okay. Well, let me give my little outro for Voice of the Heroes before we let you go. Thanks everybody for tuning in on this episode of Voice of the Heroes podcast. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any interviews or discussions with your favorite heroes and villains from around the world. Love yourself, pass that love on, and love others. And if nobody told you so, just know your boy love you. All right, I just had to get that out the way. And, just for my little clippings, because I'm also going to post this on my channel. Thank you so much for coming by.
I have one more thing, though, man. My fault. I don't mean to cut you off, Lee, but I do have one more thing. One more.
Oh, go ahead. Because I wasn't finished. I just wanted to get that out the way before the recording was over.
Right. I gotcha.
Stephanie, listen. This will make my world. All right, this will just make me happy so much. I know it's my birthday, and the only thing I wanted, can you please, can I get a follow from you on Twitter?
Absolutely. That's something, just so y'all know, I wasn't really a regular Twitter user. No, it's X now. I'm just now getting back, so I can start doing stuff like that. I'm not very good at navigating that one. I started with Facebook, and then I did Instagram, and now I do TikTok at Steph Nadolny. So I'll try to get to you. Just email me the name and everything so I can go in there, because I'm still learning how to navigate X. Because I'm wanting to get on there, because a lot of voice actors and directors are there, and they do a lot of announcements and auditions on that platform. So, but it's just me trying to start navigating it, checking my messages, and how basically have the logistics of the app. So. Absolutely. And happy birthday. That's so exciting.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And definitely an intro for this video. Can I get, hey, you're watching Voice of the Hero podcast with yourself?
Oh, what is it called again?
Voice of the Heroes podcast.
Okay. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
Hi, guys. Stephanie Nadolny here. OG voices of Kid Goku from Dragon Ball and Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. And you are watching the voice of the... watching. Wait, let me start over.
You can whichever one you would like.
Yeah, it's because the Voice of the Heroes.
Voice of the Heroes podcast.
Like voice, not the.
Yeah, voice.
Voice of the Heroes podcast. Okay. Hi guys, Stephanie Nadolny here. OG voices of Kid Goku and Gohan from Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. And you are listening to Voice of the Heroes podcast.
Let's go.
Cool,
that was fire. That was
very powerful. Very powerful.
Thank you for showing us so much love. We truly appreciate it. You don't know how much you're loved in this community, in the Dragon Ball community. You are a legend, and our platform, Voice of the Heroes, is here to give you your flowers. Thank you so much, Rose, for sharing your platform. He's one of the biggest Dragon Ball content creators coming up, Stephanie.
Yes.
Go. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all was really respectful. Y'all was some goats. Blazing. Big shout out to my guy Blazing for coming through. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. This was awesome experience.
Yes.
Thank you for coming through. And if Goku had anything to say, one word, what would it be?
Goku? What, one word?
Well,
That was fire.
That's hard. One word. Because he
all
usually
right,
says
I'll give you a
things-
few. I'll give you a few.
All right. You know what I'll do is I'll give you the line from the trailer that came out with the voice, and I like that line. It's like, "All right, now let's go."
Oh man, that was amazing. That was
so
amazing.
But one word, that's tough. Probably the Kamehameha wave. Oh, that's
Oh man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Happy birthday,
Welcome.
Rose, man. This was the best I
Happy
could do for
birthday.
you,
I
man.
appreciate it. Thank you. Stephanie, I just want to let you know I just followed you on Twitter, so I just want to let you know I
Okay.
just done it.
I'll send you through the email.
Yeah.
I'll send you links if you
Please
decide to
do,
follow.
because I'm still learning how to navigate, how to follow people back and things like that.
Definitely. And the video will be edited, and once it's edited, we'll send it to your team. Give the greens up. Right now, you're live, so everybody caught everything raw, and they loved it. They was loving you in the chat. They are going crazy. Everybody in the chat, man. W's in the chat for Stephanie before we get up out of here. Spam some W's, man.
W's, man. Thank you so much for coming on here. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely, Blaze, and I'm gonna listen for you and doing a Kamehameha wave. You gotta practice.
Hey, I'm gonna get it down. Trust. I'm gonna
Listen
get it down.
carefully to every nuance of your voice and how it sounds and what it feels like to make those specific sounds, contorting your voice and things like that. And come up with your own voice too. See what you can do that's not mimicking, but like you doing Kamehameha wave.
Wait, Blaze, can we hear something, bro? Blaze, let's.
I'm the way.
Yeah, can we hear something?
Yeah,
bro?
go ahead, Blaze. Go ahead and do it, man.
Can we hear your
Hold
best?
on.
Ooh, that was gross.
Is that good?
It wasn't better than Stephanie, but it was good. It wasn't better than Stephanie.
I like that grunt sound though. That was cool.
Thank you. I try my best.
Again, Stephanie, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a good one, Steph.
All right, have a good-
Yourself.
You guys
God
reach
bless.
out
Have a good
anytime. I
night.
keep track. I answer all the fan mails. You guys, Instagram, whatever DMs, reach out. If it's not right away, I will get to it. In fact, that's how I pamper my children.
That's so good.
Because I don't have my own. I have fur babies, but I will answer you. And if you guys need autographs through the mail, just let me know. StephanieNadolny.com. Fill out the form submission. It comes straight to my email, my Gmail, and I'll write you back. So I hope to see you at a Comic-Con or comic store near you, especially with Daima. Give it a shot. It's amazing. You'll love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Guys.
All right.
Enjoy yourself.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. All right, I'll do.
Wait, am I in this?
Bro,
do we just?
Oh wait,
leave?
chat. I don't know. I never did like this before. All right, Chad. Again, Chad, thank you so much, man. I'm about to go ahead and end here.
Let them know to follow us.
Oh, yeah,
Is there a way you
Bingus.
can show is there a way you can show the YouTube channel where they can follow Voice of the Heroes podcast?
Yeah, Bingus been doing it. I made him mod on the channel, so he been putting that as his pinned comment. I did the thing for
everybody, man, go hit that pinned comment. You see where it says
That boy Blaze
Voice of the
sound
Heroes
like second form
podcast.
cell
You
with
can
the
catch
Kamehameha.
a lot more interviews. We just did one with Jason Douglas, the voice of Beerus. We did one recently with David Kay and so many other great ones. Adam MacArthur, he's the voice of Yuji Ichidori from JJK. And so many more we got coming to the show, man. We got a bunch of interviews. We got about 50 on there. A bunch of Naruto cast members. We have Michael Yurchek, Obito. We have so many, man. Click that pin and go show us some love. And we're out of here, man. God bless. Y'all have a good night, man.
All right, love you, bro. All right, we're not live.